Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome back to Just Football Games. Before we go on, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody that's been watching my videos. I really appreciate this. If this is your first time on this channel, please like the video, subscribe to this channel, and share the videos. I really appreciate the fact that our subscribers have been growing gradually in the last couple of weeks. So far, we have over 300 subscribers, and this channel has just been existing for less than a month. So that's good news. And please let's get to 500 subscribers before the end of this month. Alright, so we'll make it 500 subscribers in 2 months. That will be great. Thank you very much, guys. Alright, this is the second part of our football manager tutorial. Now the first thing what I want to show you guys here is two major things. First is the transfer market, how it works, how you scout players. Secondly is how to choose your board responsibilities, your staff responsibilities, because in most cases, for a team like Manchester United where you have a lot of staff, you don't want to do the bulk of the work. It gets exhausting, and trust me, it gets tiring as well. So you might want to delegate most of the work to some other to other members of staff, especially with a team like Manchester United that can afford a lot of staff members. Alright, but before we go on, if you remember the last time this was our formation, they're all on break, everyone's on holiday. We just did this just to look at the personnel we have. But of course, because this is Manchester United. Alright, before we go on, this is the game telling you it wants to induct you into the squad, how the squad works and everything. However, I'll show you guys that so you can just skip this. Yeah, because this is Manchester United and we all know the problems with Manchester United. So with the transfer business, the first thing I like to do is get rid of or put transfer list players that I believe should not be in Manchester United. So what you do is you take your cursor, you go to that player you want to get rid of or you want to buy. In this case, Chris Smalling is the first one. You right click on him, you get a drop down. Now you choose whatever you want to do. This is transfers. I want to offer him to clubs. Now it says he's worth £38.5 million, dollars rather. So let's click that. And you want transfer listing, just go all the way down here. Transfer listing. Now all the clubs in the game know that Chris Smalling is available. I'm going to do the same thing to Ashley Young, but I don't think he belongs to Manchester United anymore. To be fair, it was never part of it. He should have never been part of Manchester United. Offer to clubs. Same thing, I'm going to sell him at value. I mean, if he's an outstanding player that has developed in the last couple of years or thereabout, you can increase his value by pressing this plus sign. Or if you think it might be a challenge to sell him, so you could reduce this as well. But in this case, I'm just going to leave him at value. That is $18 million here. Offer him to clubs as well. Antonio Valencia, I'll do the same to Valencia because I don't want him in Manchester United anymore. We'll transfer list him, offer to clubs, and transfer list him. $15 million. Transfer list him. There we go. I believe there's one more person I want to get rid of. Yeah, I know Edge will explode right now, but I want to get rid of Alexis Sanchez. He's way too expensive for the club right now. He gets over £400,000 in a week, and he doesn't deliver much. So Sanchez, and to be fair, I actually never liked him. He's worth $55 million, so I'm just gonna sell him I'll offer him out at value. Look at this. In dollars, it makes $525,000 in a week. With that kind of money, he should be the best footballer in Premiership, but Sanchez does nothing close to that. Okay, now that I have transfer listed some players, I will go to the scouting. Again, it wants to give me a tutorial on scouting, but I'm just gonna say no because I know what to do. Okay. First, there are some associated responsibilities in this area that you might wish to delegate. If you if you don't currently have the time to go through the full induction right now, I mean, if you don't, yeah, I don't currently have, so I'm gonna have my backroom staff do that, finish that. However, because you have a large team of scouts in Manchester United, you would also have some players that have been scouted, and you get a breakdown of them, their strengths, their weaknesses, and what have you, so you can decide what you want to do with the player. For instance, Marcus Thuram has been scouted, and these are his pros. He has an ability to dribble. Ability to dribble makes him a difficult opponent to come up against. He's an under 21 player, automatically eligible to play in all matches because he's young. His cons, however, he needs to become more convincing if he's going to take on long shots. We need to learn the language, so he's a French player. Alright, I don't want him. However, if you want to keep him in your shortlist, you can just press shortlist and let him know you've acknowledged it. You have another option here, same thing. Now this is it. I know what I'm going for. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look for the first person I want is Matthias de Ligt from Ajax. So you can look for him in several many ways. This is a wonder kid, so you might want to keep him as well. Just keep him in your shortlist. However, I'm just going to go to Holland, go to Ajax. I know de Ligt is still in Ajax right now. This is him. And I'll just open him up and let you see his statistics. He's just 18 years old. I see the stats he's working with. His work rate, this is one of the things I look for in a player every time I want to buy. Work rate. His work rate is 15 and he's just 18 years old. He's a defender and a defensive midfielder. His marking is 14 and his tackling is 16. Now look at his mental attributes. For an 18-year-old boy, his composure is 13, bravery is 15, determination is 16, teamwork 14, positioning is 14. So he's really a good buy. So this is what you do. You go up to the transfer tab on this page, and you make an offer. Again, he wants to show me what to do, but I kind of know what to do, so I'm gonna ask him to let me do it. Now, okay, another thing you can do is you can ask your backroom staff to negotiate contracts or make offers for players. But I like to sign the players myself, so I'm gonna do this myself. So it says find and sign players for the first team. That's gonna be me. Find and sign your players for the future. That's gonna be me as well. I like to do that myself. So in the case of de Ligt, I'm gonna offer them his value price. Let's see what they have to say. I'm gonna suggest his value price. They'll come back and say, oh, we want to sell him for $57 million. Now you have to make sure your team can afford whatever you negotiate. So go to the board. We have $81 million to spend. That is before selling those players we want to sell. So I don't think I want to buy him for 57. I'm going to reduce it a bit. Part of negotiation. I'm going to offer them $30 million. Of course, you know de Ligt in real life is worth much more than that. So they've come back to say they want to sell him for 43. Now, another thing you can do before you go into this negotiations, like check his contract info. He doesn't have a release clause. So that is, it's good in some way. So let's go back to making our offer. If he doesn't have a release clause, then all you have to do is just keep negotiating. Keep negotiating. So you get to a price that you think you can afford and the selling team can accept. So I'm going to offer them $35 million again. Let's hear what they have to say. They want 37 million. I'll stick to 35 and see if I can bend them. Okay, Ajax have negotiated the offer for Matthias de Ligt once again and would like to find a resolution as soon as possible. So this is the last price they're going for. So they are not selling for less than $37.5 million. So I'm gonna accept that because I really want him. And that goes. Now, another player I want to get is Jadon Sancho. So what I'll do is I'll go to the scouting again. It's usually better to go through. Alright, you can search for players here. That's up there. Let's search for players. Now this might take a bit of a minute to keep looking around for players. But because we all know Jadon Sancho plays in the German league right now. So what you can do is go to Germany and look for the team he's playing at. I think he's at Dortmund, right? Sancho at Dortmund? I believe so. I may be wrong. But Bayern 04? Is it Bayern 04? This is someone I like to buy as well. Bender. That's because he plays different positions, but he's 29 years old. I'm trying to build a new team. Leon Bailey is a player I was always going to buy. So I'm going to... What you can do as well if you're trying to buy a player like this, he has good rate. He's 20 years old. For anybody that plays Football Manager 2019, you know Leon Bailey becomes a world-class footballer. Let's back to this shaky bit of statistics. So what you can do is just scout him. Assign scout. Ask all your scouts to keep scouting him until you get full knowledge. This will take a couple of weeks, but they'll come back with a full assessment of his abilities. And with that, you can decide if you want to buy him or not. Now, I'm having issues finding Sancho. I might be making a mistake on what team he's playing in right now. Sorry guys, I don't know, my brain is just not working. Jadon Sancho. He plays at Dortmund, I know that. I don't know why I'm doubting myself. I know he plays at, but it doesn't seem to be in the first team here. So what I'm gonna do is go to the under 19, check if he's there. He isn't there right now, so I'll look for him in the English national team. That is another way to find him, another way to find a player. You can go to your scouting. Alright, I said yes to this, acknowledge. And if you're gonna be patient here, your scouts are gonna bring him up anyways, because he's one of those young players that's out for the future. So they'll always offer him to you. Not offer him to you, but they'll all tell you, oh, this player is good enough. He's young, I might want to buy him. One thing you should note as well is this. When a player is described as a wonder kid, it means he's going to be a real good player for the future. However, you need to decide if that player fits the style of football you want to play, or if it's your first, second, or third choice. But what I do is when I get a world-class player, a wonder kid, I tend to just keep shortlisted player. So a shortlisted player means the player is going to be here. Look at this. I've shortlisted all of these, and they're all here. So whenever I need to buy a new player, or I think I have a bit of deficiency in my team, first thing I do is I go to my shortlist and see if I can get one of these to replace whoever I want to buy. So if I have, for instance, I want to buy, if I'm in dire need of an all-round attacking player, I have him, Steven Bergwijn, in my shortlist. So if he's just gonna be there, I'm just gonna go there and negotiate for him. So it's easier to find a player like that. Alright, we'll keep looking for Mr. Sancho. While we look for him, I want to show you guys something as well. We've done a bit of this already. This is your staff tab. Just check your staff. Members out. Now, with your staff, With your members of staff, you have to decide responsibilities for them as well. Um, First off, do you want to handle the tunnel interviews or do you want your assistant manager to handle it? I like him to handle it because I don't want to waste time. Press conferences, my backroom staff handles it. When you say backroom staff for things like for first team appointments, it's usually your assistant manager that does those. Decide if other staff should be given new contract. This is going to be your director of football, just say backroom staff. Recruit staff, your director of football does this as well. Manage friendly games. I'm going to manage friendly games because that helps me get some sort of knowledge of what my team is doing and how they're doing. Alright, so go back to responsibilities, and this is what we have. I usually just look for the ones that has my name. Remember we saved this game as Coach John Doe. Now find and make offers for players in your first team. Of course I'm going to do this. Find and make offers for young players for the future. I will do this. Handle new contract negotiations for players in your first team. I will do this. Handle new contract negotiations for youth players. I will do this. Finalize first team signings. That's going to be me. Finalize signings for young players for the future. That's going to be me as well. John Doe. Transfer outgoing. Handle finalizing. Yeah, I'll do this as well. I'll do all of this as well. I like to handle all the transfer business personally. Contract renewal. I let Ed Woodward do that. Nicky Butt does it for the youth team. Ed Woodward does it for the other players. Scouting, we have a chief scout there. They do all the work. Training. I delegate the training to Kieran McKenna, he's a coach. He's actually a really good coach. He's one of the Holy Trinity right now, working with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. That's in real life. Now, so given all that, it is still important that we handle some transfer business. I'm going to skip the training induction because I know what to do with these. Handle individual training for youth squad. I'll let my backroom staff do that. Plan general training for youth squad. My backroom staff does this as well. I will move on. Now, this is an important bit of the season. I think we did this already. Season expectations. What the board expects you to achieve for the season. They expect you to get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. They expect you to qualify to get Champions Cup qualifier in the Premier League. That means you have to be top 4. They expect you to reach the final of the FA Cup, and they do not recognize the Carabao Cup as anything, which is understandable. Most big teams don't really care about the Champions Cup. Now, if you remember, I said this game simulates real life a lot. And the first thing we did was to transfer list some players we don't want. Now those players will clearly have issues with that. And that is what's going to happen next. Look at this. Antonio Valencia wants to have a chat with me. And I know why he wants to talk to me. So discuss issue with Valencia. Yeah, I am concerned that you're trying to force me out of the club by touting my service around to generate interest. Now, you have a few options to choose from here. First option here is I'll rather avoid confrontation here. If you felt as if I was forcing you out of the club, I apologize and I have the intentions of letting you go. That's as if you have some second thought or you don't want confrontation. Now, I really don't care. I really want to get rid of him, so I'm going to say I think it's the right thing to do at this point in my career. He's going to come and say no and all that. Okay, this is it. He's going to say I've got a better grasp of what is good for my career than you do, and I will not be forced out of the club. Well, because it's not in my plan, I have a few options again. You can tell him you rather avoid confrontations, or I'm certain, but you're going to accept my choice, and that's what I'm going to tell him. So he's going to go regardless of what he thinks. Sanchez is in the same boat as well. I want to get rid of him. I really don't care how it feels right now. Now, the delete offer has been accepted, but I want some promises. So you could promise to appoint him club captain. That is not going to happen. Vice captain, not going to happen. Free kick taker, not going to happen. Penalty, not going to happen. Allow him to treat the club as a stepping stone. That is, you want him to come to the club, but he can leave in a couple of years to go to a better club. Manchester United is as big as it gets. You're not living here. I mean, you're not going to treat this as a stepping stone. You can leave when your contract is over or when we deem you surplus to requirements. Now, you will get a big pay raise, you can say that. And you can also promise to bring friends or former teammates, which is realistic because I'm looking to get one of Ajax players as well. So just the promises, finalize the promises, then we'll come back to negotiations. Alright, we're gonna go on. Oh, we didn't confirm this, we've confirmed this now. Now, this is another thing you want to look at to your team. The social dynamic of the team. You always want to show me what to do. Hierarchy. Now look at this. I'm the coach. Now the hierarchy of the team is this. The team leaders are Antonio Valencia, Paul Pogba, and De Gea. These are the most influential players in the team. You have to be careful when you're making any decisions about these players, because whatever you do to these players will affect the rest of the squad, usually. Valencia, for instance, is the captain and is having a bad day because I've just told him I want to get rid of him. So what's going to happen is this. His mood is going to affect the rest of the team and they will all drop a bit. But I can afford to take that risk right now because we're not playing any games right now. I still have enough time to build the morale back up. So Valencia, unhappy, and is one of the leading players of the team. Now the second tier of influential players are Ashley Young, who have transfer listed as well. Alexis Sanchez, Mata, Smalling have transfer listed as well. Jones have transfer listed as well. Then after those you have the likes of Matic, Rashford, Martial, Behi, Luke Shaw, Damien, and Lindelof. After those, the last tier, Ander Pereira, Fred. Fred just got in. Remember, this is the 2018-2019 season. McTominay and Delors. So this is what you're working with. I want to make sure that you do not piss off all of these at the same time, because that will really affect all players in the team. Now I'm still having a bit of a problem getting to Jadon. So I think I know what to do. Yeah, Phil Jones. You can go from Phil Jones to England because you know Phil Jones is an English player. So what do we do? How do we get to England? English, yeah, English national team. Now you can look at this and go Jadon Sancho. Oh, Borussia Dortmund. Yeah, I did that. Why did I find him? Top players: Harry Kane, Sterling, Jadon Sancho. Now I want to buy Jadon Sancho, right? Now we go to Jadon Sancho, and we can negotiate our transfer, make an offer. Now let's look at his contracts for now. Contract info. He doesn't have a release clause, but it's definitely going to be difficult to buy. Now this is a tricky piece of business, and I'll show you guys why. Keep in mind that we're about to buy Delete for £37 million. Now if we buy Delete for £37 million, oh, we have enough money actually. You can adjust your transfer bills. We have as much as $111 million to spend. Oh, so this is going to be a decent negotiation for us. Now it's valued at $35 million. Keep in mind you're buying him for the future and you're about to sell some players, so you'll have some money come back in. Now I like to just, as usual, offer them his value. Now they want to sell him for $66 million, and they want 40% of profits from his next sale. If we ever sell him again, they want 40% of the profits. Now this is something I really don't care about much, but I'm going to negotiate this down. Okay, we'll go as low as 40, or 44 is good. They want 51. Now let's go down to 45. $45 million. Let's suggest that. Do they want that? They want 49. Okay, so keep negotiating. Now again, this is quite straightforward because this is Manchester United. If it was a team that didn't have that kind of money, you might want to just loan him. That is this option right here. Loan offer. And decide how long you want to loan him for, what you want to pay, how much of the wage you want to pay, and all that. But we can afford to buy him. We're just gonna keep negotiating. Let's suggest this again. Okay. Now they've come back to say they don't feel this is good enough, so we're just gonna increase this for a bit and make this offer. If they like this, they'll come back to us and let us know. But we'll like what you've just offered us and we'll sell it for that price. But right now, we're just gonna keep going. What one of days, this video is already 25 minutes long, and I like to keep it about 30 minutes. So we'll have another 5 minutes to work together with you guys and let you see what you're doing. Now, under new signing contract negotiations, I want to do that myself, so I'm gonna just say yeah. Under new signing contract for negotiate players in the youth team. I'll let the backroom staff do that. I'll do this myself. Sorry about that. Decide which first team player contract is extended. I want to do that myself. Decide which youth player contract is extended and who handles the negotiations. I'll do that myself. Okay. Now, delete has accepted the promises. Now it wants to talk personal terms. How much you want to pay him, how long you want to sign him for. Now, as a player for the future, so I'm just going to go the whole length. That is, we're going to sign him from 2018 to 2023, 5 years. We want to sign him immediately. Now, the wage is estimated to work between $82,000 and $110,000 weekly. So I'm just going to go for the 82 or 84, so just 10. He wants 150. Now we're recommended the limit of 150 per week. Now when you see this yellow sign, it means this is his last chance. This is what he wants. This is, he's not going to go down from this. Alright, so just, if you really want this player, just say yes and get him. Because I really want him, I'm just going to agree to everything he wants. $150,000 a week is not too much for a player right now. Especially for someone like him. Alright, these players, there are no offers for the 4 of them. But we'll still leave them that way because it's just the 26th of June. The transfer window is still open for another another month or thereabouts, so there's still time to get rid of them. However, I want to make sure the guys I'm bringing in are brought in on time. So we just keep going. Oh, by the way, in this game, your best friend is your spacebar. That's what we press all the time. Every time you see a movement, it is because I press the spacebar. If the cursor doesn't go to here for forward, then it means spacebar. Now, Jadon Sancho has come back to say he doesn't want any promises. He just come to say, this is what I want. This is what I'm making in a week. This is my sign-off fee. This is going to be for him. His agent wants $5.5 million. This is all it wants. He's not ready. You can negotiate this, but I'm ready to give him this. So I'm just gonna say yeah, finalize that as well. So we have Jadon Sancho and the links in the team. Now it's time to. Alright, this is another thing that is interesting. The squad is unhappy with my treatment of Antonio Valencia, and I want to discuss it. So discuss issue with the squad. Remember, as a team captain, they all have his back. So they're all gonna come to you with some sort of solidarity to support their team captain. And you go, oh, right now I've heard that you're not happy with what is going on with myself and Valencia. Let's talk about it. Alright. And this is what they have. Alexis Sanchez is the one speaking. Keep in mind that Sanchez also, I've also transfer listed Sanchez as well. So it is weird that it's the one speaking because he's also in the same boat. There's been some concern amongst the squad that you're trying to force Antonio Valencia out of the club. I really feel you should be doing all you can to keep him here. These are the 4 players that actually have an issue with what is going on. And my response is, could be, I don't think he's good enough to be part of this team. He's limited in a number of areas. if we are to be successful, we want to be, we want, oh, if we are to be successful as we want to be, we can't afford to carry players like him, which is true. Now, they won't be happy, some of them will be happy. So, these are satisfied my response. Sanchez isn't. Now, I'm just going to say, I think that was a productive meeting. Let's move the fuck on. Sorry about that. Sorry about my French. Now, the videos are 30 minutes already. Sanchez is not happy. I really don't care right now. Now, so those are the two things I wanted to share with you guys in this video. The transfer business and this, the staff responsibilities. The video is 30 minutes not long, so I'm just gonna move on from here. Now, this is what I'll do with this tutorial. I'll keep going till after our first game, our first friendly game of the season. I'll give you guys a full feel of how the game works, how the in-match settings work and preferences will work, and we'll stop the tutorial for now. Alright? But right now, our next match is going to be when we're close. The first friendly match, which is going to be, I want to show you guys the schedule, which is going to be against LA Galaxy. Alright, and that is going to be in July. Remember, this is the British date, so it's 14th of July 2018, not the other way like Americans write the month first, the day. Alright, so when we get closer to then, I'll show you guys what we have. I must have sold most of the players I want to get rid of, and I think buying players for now. Alright, because I'm going to promote Angel Gomez, Tai Chong, Mason Greenwood to the first team as well, to give them some senior team playtime and have them around the main squad and rotate them in and out. Alright guys, so thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate your viewership. Like I said at the beginning, we're at about 322 subscribers. Let's make that 500 by the end of the month. So if you just visit this channel for the first time, please subscribe, like the video, share the video, and please put your comment down in the comment section. Let's make this an interactive channel. Thank you guys. Thank you again for watching. See you guys next time.